No, I've seen for quite a while now. There's been this tag thing going around called 7 questions. And I had jotted that down in an old envelope. You know, I don't do the tag things really, but I thought this was kind of interesting, so I did jot it down. But it's 7 questions about your involvement in YouTube. Number 1, why start YouTube? Actually, it was because I had got my first smartphone, really. It was a BlackBerry, and it had the ability to do videos and came preloaded with YouTube on it. And I could upload directly from it. You know, that's what actually got me interested in it. You know, just the ability to do it. And the channel name, the Log Cabin Looms, is my email, and I use it for a lot of stuff. So when I started the channel, it was kind of like the default. How long on YouTube? I think it'll be 6 years. 2011, spring, I think, when I first did it. You know, it was the first one I did, I believe, that I put up was, I had bought one of them $70 Mosins, you know, 9130, and I wanted to show it to a nephew of mine, you know, so I did a video with it. Just a short thing on it. What camera? Well, there I use those Nikon that are really a still camera, but they function very well as a video camera, so I use a couple of those. Do you make your own thumbnails? No, I don't use thumbnails. I use whatever, you know, they give you a random selection of 3 of them. You know, it's always a kind of a funky deal. YouTube used to be really good at picking. You know, if you just left it up to them, they'd pick a pretty good one. Then I think they automated it, because for a while they didn't make any sense. You know, so sometimes you get stuck with these really weird ones. You know, a choice of 3 really weird ones. It's back to being a little better, so I think they've got actually people doing it again. But I don't get too involved in that. You know, it's nice if you can get a thumbnail that's somewhat representative of the video, but my videos tend to jump all over the place, so a lot of times, you know, whatever they've picked really has nothing to do with the thing that I'm trying to... It was worse when it was automatic, but I think the manual method does work. Okay, who made your intro and outro? Don't use them, don't care for them, find them annoying. Most of the time, you know, if you keep them short, they aren't bad, but there's some of them, I just learned to skip past them. You know, just, I know where I can click that, they'll be gone. I don't make any effort to make them. If a guy was going to use them, I would think the smart thing he would do would be to change them up once in a while. No, I don't know. This is not a big thing for me. I don't get involved in the minutiae of this stuff. Okay, 7, do you ever think you will quit YouTube? Well, yeah. I'm sure I've been tempted many times to just stop doing it. It's easier to not do it. You know, it isn't like this is an important part of my life. You know, I could drop this and it would mean nothing to me, really. It just is very easy to do. Turn the camera on and let a video run. So I try to do it like every couple days, but once in a while I just, usually it's, you start dealing with, you know, there's kind of a lousy element in YouTube too. I mean, there's that in the world, but in YouTube it's hard to avoid them. You know, in real life I just don't have to deal with them, but on YouTube, they show up. And you get a little discouraged and you think, why in the hell subject yourself to that? You know, so it'd be just as easy not to do it. It would make no difference in my life. Well, it would save me a little on the batteries, that's all. But, you know, it's something that, like, I lose interest in doing it. And maybe I won't do it for like a week. And then something will come up that I want to show people, you know, like a certain thing, you know. So then I'll do a video. But, and then sometimes I'll do like 2 or 3 of them in a row. And then I guess all the emails come in, and then I just I kind of lose interest in it, and I quit doing it. So sometime, yeah, I might, any video I do could be the last video I do. It'd be very easy for that to happen. But the greatest likelihood, if I ever quit doing YouTube altogether, is because it will become impossible for me to do, only because of the constant fighting with Google stuff. I never got, I got a wind thing I got to deal with here. I never got into the Google Plus thing. I've always been able to work around it. I've got a glove I had sitting on the camera. But they persist in it. Google Plus really doesn't want to go away. What happened is, after they quit forcing Google Plus, those people migrated into the Android division, and they haunt me to this day. Now, last week, my phone is an Android phone, constantly does updates. Last week it updated the YouTube application. And I'm always leery when it does this, because I know there's going to be a problem, just what the problem's going to be and how I'm going to work around it. Well, what it did this time, I can no longer see likes or dislikes. I can't like somebody's video. That whole option is gone. And at first I thought, okay, this is probably happened to a lot of people, but no, it isn't. I think it's pretty well isolated to my particular circumstance. Because in this battle and deal, because it doesn't, I can't, if I look at somebody's videos, the whole option of likes or dislikes, or how many there is, it's just not there. It just doesn't exist on the screen. So I've been watching to see if somebody else mentions this, but no, it's my problem. But it's to do with my fighting with Google all the time. Because sometime back in this, they made this, when Google Plus first came in, they made the second channel, this invisible channel that's my same name, but it's tied to Google. And I don't use that at all. I really can't use it because it's tied to the Google Plus thing, which I'm not involved in. So I have my regular channel, and then there's this Phantom channel. Well, just for the heck of it today, this is, like I say, it's been going on for a week. I signed into the Phantom. You're not signed in, but I have my glove to hold the thing again. So I go on the Phantom channel. It's just a matter, it shows me a screen with two different channels. Both of them log cabin looms, but one is tied to Google, one isn't. So I signed in the one that's tied to Google, which isn't really a sign in, just a click on that one. And then I see all the likes. I can't see, my videos completely, don't exist on that channel, and my subscription list doesn't exist, there's nothing there. But on all the videos that other people have put up, there are the likes and dislikes, and I can do them on that channel. It's weird, but like I say, there's really not much I can do about it. If I really wanted to dislike somebody's video, I could actually go to it on my Phantom channel, dislike it there. But in the 6 or 7 years I've been on YouTube, I've only disliked one video. That's it, once, ever. And I immediately unsubscribed from that person. That's the only time I've ever used the dislike button. When I first saw this, when it came up on that there was no likes and dislikes, I thought, this is great. I always wish that YouTube would do something on that, because that is often abused. But no, it's just my problem again. But if I ever quit doing YouTube, that's probably going to be the reason really is that I would just get tired of fighting constantly to avoid their rigmarole with their updates. It just gets on my nerves that every time they do that, another problem I'm going to have to work around. It's simply not worth it. You know, this is unfortunate, and I found it because I was trying to like somebody's video. So now I can see all my subscribers' videos, I can watch them, but I cannot like them. This is unfortunate because a lot of their ratings are based on the likes. And if I can't do that for them, you know, it's unfortunate. But there's not much I can do about it. If I went to the Phantom channel and worked my way around it that way, you know. But they just won't quit fiddling with that. So, you know, hopefully, maybe in another update, sometime that'll work again. But for now, it doesn't work. In a way, it's a kind of relief because when I look at my videos, I can see the view count, but I can't see likes or dislikes because really that shouldn't matter. You know, and it's normally, I pretty much know I can expect what's going to get. So you always have one or two people who are going to dislike, and usually it has nothing to do with the video. That's always little personal grievances. That always happens. In most videos, when you see the dislikes, it's got very little to do with the video. Somebody has a grudge against somebody else. You know, that's all it is. You're always going to get one or two of them. The like amount is always going to be the same, or you know, really very closely the same. So it really doesn't matter. But I just know that sometime there's going to come up a problem with all their updates that I'm not going to be able to work around. I mean, the odds are. I mean, like I said, they do this like once a week. They'll do an update that screws me up in a different way. So it's a constantly chasing that thing, you know. And sometime I'm just going to give up on that. It just frustrates me. And it's something I don't need. But that is my experience with YouTube. A constant battle. But, you know, I've been winning this battle for quite a few years now. But they got more money and time than I do.